Hello everybody, welcome to another Zabbix video. This time I will talk about Raspberry Pi, and sometimes we decide to host a resource inside the Pi, some sort of server, and we also have multiple Pis at home, and we decide to clone the SD card to serve the same resource in another Pi, and when it comes down to the monitoring, it brings up a problem like how do you name every tiny server which is running in your home, and in this video I will talk about how we can take kind of advantage of how we can provide uniqueness for this Pi. And my idea is to take the MAC address of the Ethernet interface or of the Wi-Fi interface, and so in this video I will go fully through how to set up that from scratch on the Raspberry Pi. To be transparent with you, I'm using the Raspberry Pi image legacy 32-bit Lite, which is kind of suitable for Raspberry Pi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also I'm using the Wi-Fi connection, all the Pis will have the hostname RPi, and I'm just using not the wired connection but Wi-Fi to connect to the server. Let's have a look on the SSH. So this is the Lite image, and inside what kind of operating system it runs at the moment. Release, and this is running Debian 11 or Bullseye. And let's set up Zabbix agent on this server. I'm visiting the website zabbix.com. There is a button Get Zabbix. There is a button Zabbix Packages. Let's choose LTS version, Raspberry Pi operating system. I have version 11. I would prefer agent 1, and now I'm following these instructions on screen, downloading the repository, putting it here, and then immediately installing the repository. Click, and now refreshing the all the updates, and I will also install immediately Zabbix agent. This takes time a little bit on the agent, so enter, and now it's installing Zabbix agent. What is necessary to implement inside the graphical interface? I would care to onboard all these Raspberries with the auto registration, and for that purpose we work with this section, auto registration, create new action, RPI, Raspberry Pi, and my condition will be if the host name starts with the RPI, then that would be considered as Raspberry Pi. Actually, contains, it's not really targeting starts with, but as far as it contains, then great. What to do? I will link to the host group. I made a group, Raspberry Pi, add. There should be another one remove from host group discovered hosts. This is built-in group, and link some monitoring Linux by active, active checks. That would be the most flexible approach. No matter in which internet you put your Pi, connect to the wired connection or Wi-Fi, as far as the Pi is having internet access and can reach your server, maybe your server runs in the cloud, then great. We can totally utilize only active checks to do the full monitoring. Falling back to the SSH, so agent is installed. Let's clear the screen, and I will describe how we are taking advantage of the MAC address. If we list the network characteristics, we see the wired connection. This is the MAC address, and for the Wi-Fi, this is the MAC address. And we can use this field because each Pi is having unique MAC addresses. We can use one of these fields to generate the host name, and so I would develop the command like using grep with the regex support and O to output only the matching stuff. And I will do quite kind of like silly matching, but it's very efficient actually. Like you know, like MAC address is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colons in the middle, and I'm targeting exactly that. So enter, and it prints like a lot of stuff. And maybe I want to exclude something right away. Grep like we, also with the regex support, and inside the single quotes I can put like 2 exact matches. I don't care about this, and I don't care about that. Enter. And now I have like both MAC addresses over here, wired connection, Wi-Fi connection. The colon is not supported as a host name, so we can get rid of that like with the sed. And like I'm substituting colon with nothing, which practically means deleting. And I want, so I will hit enter to show, like now the MAC address is like this. I forgot to put global, global, enter. MAC address is like this, and also like to include this Raspberry Pi keyword, semicolon, substitute, line starts with like something, and I will put RPI underscore, and that's it, like enter, and these are my host names. Zabbix needs only one. You know, like sometimes you prefer wired connection, maybe you are using Raspberry Pi not Pico, but Raspberry Pi 0 with the Wi-Fi connection, and it could be flexible to just write head -1. I know my face is on the front of that. I will put here on the screen. So this is the end, how to dynamically generate the host name. So all we need to do is grab this one-liner. I will put also in the description, and open the agent configuration file, conf. First thing we need, like hostname equals, like we need to delete this static indication, hostname equals Zabbix server. I will delete this line. And then there is this line, HostnameItem, and here we can put this exactly system.run and the exact command from bash, like this. I did like failed multiple times while developing this command. If you have your own vision, I encourage to always stick with single quotes. Never use double quotes here. Then you can really copy and paste the output. The copy and paste the command from bash, and it's just copy and paste. You don't need to escape anything. If you start to use double quotes like this, it will not work. It will crash. Okay, and the final thing, I want to like connect my agent to Zabbix server, and like the passive checks will not be used, and I will use only active checks. So the most important stuff is ServerActive field, and here we are targeting my server is located here. Okay, that is everything. Let's like have a look in the front end just for a second. Like if I put here RPI enter, like the output is empty, like nothing is here. If we restart the agent, systemctl restart Zabbix agent, enter, and I can like tail the log var log Zabbix log. What I want to concentrate is starting Zabbix agent, and in the square brackets it gives like what will be the identity. Like it will take this very identity and reach out to Zabbix server, and we will execute that auto registration rule and onboard this host with this name. Let's see if it's even working. Refresh, and voila, like host just magically appears, and the template is there. Now let's like shut down this Pi to see if it's working, like in another hardware. Power off, click, and like right now I will kind of like like remove my SD card from my one Pi and plug it another. Okay, for you I will just show that I do own like 2 Raspberry Pis. One was Raspberry Pi 3, and now I did plug the SD card in the 4, like, which is kind of like more powerful. And like the question would be, is it automatically registering? And it's interesting even to me, like I did connect to the previous Pi. I did like sacrifice 10 seconds to figure out what is the IP address assigned from the DHCP, and now when I plug the SD card into another Pi, no, I don't know like where to connect if I want to establish SSH connection. But if Zabbix is able to onboard this new hardware, this new Pi, then I will know the IP address. So let's refresh the page. I did measure it takes like 30 seconds to boot, refresh, and I was lucky. And I know, like, and here you go, like now the MAC address from the Raspberry Pi 4 was used, and I know this was the IP address assigned from the DHCP from my wireless, and I can even like use the connection SSH, and just because I know the IP address is this, and yeah, then we can also like go inside here. Yeah, that is everything. Yeah, that's everything for this. So this is automation, how to statically like set one config for agent which will suit for every Pi. You just unplug the SD card or clone the SD cards, plug in more plug in, and they will just automatically onboard. Regarding the downsides, like this maybe not the best. It's like a nice proof of concept, like a great way to start if you right now do the manual work. It's like the next level probably. From the category like what's the best solution, maybe look into the area how to generate host name based on the MAC address. So the whole system is using the host name is the MAC address, and then the whole system would use a very unique identity in the network. Otherwise, right now my host name is all the same. Luckily, like it's distinguishable inside the Zabbix server when you do the monitoring. So that's great. Okay, that's everything for this video. If it found you helpful, give it a thumbs up, and goodbye.